Well, hello there and welcome to the channel, and in this video we're going to be talking about how to grow the magnificent bottlebrush plant. Botanical name, Lorna, is?
Yes.
Callistemon, yep.
Yep.
Citrinus.
Rubus.
And this one is Splendens.
Ah,
Right,
course.
okay.
Oh, you doubted me.
Which country?
South Africa.
No!
Oh, I thought they were.
It's not a bad guess though.
It was a brilliant guess.
Not a bad guess though. Do you know where they're from?
America. Australia. Hey,
Spot.
back of the net.
This plant was one of the very first plants that was brought back on the very first voyage of Captain Cook. Was it on the Endeavour?
Yeah, I think
On the
it was.
Endeavour. It was collected by Sir Joseph Banks
I really love flowers.
in 1770. And he brought back a little bit of a root cutting and sent it to Kew Gardens. He managed to grow it and get it flat. It is an absolutely gorgeous plant. It's evergreen. It has an RHS Award of Merit. So they can give you some faith into growing this because it is surprisingly robust. Now you kind of look at these and you think, well, it's typically the sort of plant, thick leathery leaves. It's a plant that's been designed to cope with dry conditions, extended periods of droughts, which indeed it can. But its native habitat of eastern Australia, including the Blue Mountains of New South Wales, is often found growing in swampy conditions by creeks and riversides. So although it can tolerate periods of drought, it can also tolerate quite wet soil, so it's surprisingly tough, which is probably why it works so well here in England. And it's a coastal plant, so it does very well where we are on the south coast.
It has the most amazing flowers, doesn't it?
Wow, are they flowers?
Oh, modified steeples.
Stamens,
Stamens?
indeed, which is
Oh,
why
okay.
it's called Callistemon or Callistemon.
Ah.
Callis or Callis from the Greek meaning beautiful, attractive.
Wow.
And the stamens because it's colourful
actual stamens?
stamens.
It's like they really thought this through when they named these plants.
Well, they did name these plants and they've changed the flipping name.
Oh.
Callistemon was an excellent name, in my opinion, but they've changed it. It is now Mela something other citrus. Melaleuca.
Don't you Melaleuca me?
Melaleuca?
I don't know.
Who comes up with these ideas of changing these names? I mean, Melaleuca is a shockingly dull
Boring name.
Callistemon, it tells you a little bit about the plant.
Yes.
Anyway, we're going to plant this in the garden.
Yes.
The reason why we're planting this is because, as with many exotic gardens, there doesn't seem to be much happening in the spring. So what we've been trying to do over the past year or so is add in
A bit of structure, isn't it? Something that's a bit of interest.
Yeah, some structure, more evergreen plants, so it's not like an abandoned wilderness, as you will see at the RHS Wisley Gardens, one of my favourite gardens. Obviously, come July time, it's absolutely glorious, but their exotic garden in the spring, early spring, is not so good. How big do you think these grow to, darling?
Ooh. Well, a small tree, big bush size, so 5 meters high.
Well, the RHS, on their website, they say this grows between 4 and 8 metres.
Oh, not a bad guess, though.
Well, maybe it does in the
Yeah.
in its native habitat, but I've never seen one that big in this country.
No.
You typically see that it's between about 1 and 3 metres.
Yes.
So I don't know what the RHS is going on about.
Yeah, that's true.
Maybe it's a mistake on their
Yeah.
website, but yeah, you normally see it's about 1 and 3 metres.
Yeah.
And spring flowering, late spring, early
Yeah.
summer. So I'm hoping to see all this new growth coming through.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that once this comes out, possibly be some flowers, but there's also a good chance of that because it's quite small in size, isn't everything? Is it, Lorna? This it might not have some. It's a blooms this year, but certainly next year. So we're going to plant it in the garden. All you need to know is it requires full sun. It requires a moist yet free draining soil, and it also requires shelter site. Now it's listed as being hardy, it's listed as tolerating temperatures down between 1 and -5, but with small plants in its first year, I would probably protect that a wee bit, because I often see these young plants being killed off. Once they're established, absolutely fine.
First couple of years of planting anything really is really hard, isn't it, to get them established. They're not on normal territory, are they? So they're really vulnerable. Like little toddlers, really. Got to
Indeed, yeah. But
look
once they've
after
got bigger, once the stems are thickened up, they can still be damaged by the frost, but they usually just grow through that with the from the thicker branches. So, so we're going to be planting this in the sunny position, shelter of the tree. Soil-wise, it needs something that's between neutral and slightly acidic. So what we're going to do is plant this in some soil mixed up with ericaceous compost, which is an acidic soil. So let's get to it. Let's dig out that hole and get this plant planted. Okay, so I'm going to start digging this. I'm hoping I haven't already dug something in here already, because we planted a load of tree lilies and nothing's come up yet, so I don't know where they are. So I'm going to assume, I haven't planted one yet, but we're about to find out. I'm sure it's fine.
$10 says he's dig something up.
Right, so I'm going to mix some of this in the bottom, then I'm going to pack it around the root ball after. Then all I need to do is make sure that the soil level of the root ball is the same level as the soil level in the border, so it's not dipped. I mean, you can have it a little bit dipped with regards to watering, so that you've got like a little reservoir around where the root ball is, but you don't have to. Any questions for me, Lorna?
When will I get my first Bottlebrush flowers?
I reckon definitely next year.
Really?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I don't see any problem with that at all. I think it's a bit too young really for this year, but you never know. We'll find out in the next couple of weeks.
That sounds great. That's amazing.
So all you need to do now is just water that in, and in its first year, just be aware of during periods of drought that you will need additional watering. Usually by its second or third year, it will establish fine. Its root system will be down. You don't need to worry too much about watering then. But those first year, 2 years possibly, just keep an eye on it. You can feed it over the summer. But yeah, just keep an eye on the watering so it doesn't dry out in its first year. We are on a bit of a raised border here, because behind here it drops off, so it is free draining. So if I do water it, it's not going to sit there and stay waterlogged. So you don't really want these to be waterlogged, although it does live by swamps and stuff. But no one ever seems to talk about that. It's always all about free draining and moist soils. Anyway, let me just get up and I'll meet you back by the table.
Just go via the sheep. Oh, that's so cute.
So there you have it. That's really all you need to know with regard to planting and growing the old bottlebrush, Callistemon, or Melaleuca. Anyway, if you've got anything you'd like to add, any great tips, especially from our Australian viewers who are going to know more about growing these than we do, then let us know. We'd love to hear from you in the comments. Anyway, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.
Well, if you enjoyed that, we've got plenty more videos for you to look at. Just have a quick search into our video library. Otherwise, you can check on this one here. And if that's not your cup of tea, try that one there. Enjoy these while I've still got the energy to do them.